My 10-year-old son has been sleeping in a tent in our backyard for 32 nights straight, and last night I finally discovered why he won't come back inside our house. Over a month ago, my son begs us to let him camp outside for survival training after watching some YouTube videos about wilderness skills. My husband thinks it's adorable, our suburban kid wanting to rough it 20 feet from our back door with his Nintendo Switch and a bag of goldfish crackers. Let him have his adventure, my husband says, ruffling our son's hair. He'll be back inside after one night of mosquitoes. But the next day, our son flat out refuses to sleep in his own bed, making increasingly desperate excuses every time we suggest he come back inside. By week 2, things get genuinely concerning. He starts sneaking into the house at 3 a.m. to grab food, sprinting back to his tent like something's chasing him. He refuses to come inside even to use the bathroom, which is why I find 6 Gatorade bottles filled with E in his tent. He installs a padlock on the tent zipper from the inside, starts doing his homework by flashlight rather than at his desk. I catch him washing his face with the garden hose at 6 a.m., shivering in his pajamas rather than using the bathroom sink. When I finally corner him, demanding to know what's really happening, he panics. It's for my science project about nocturnal animals and I have to observe them for a whole month, and Mrs. Lila said I'd get extra credit if I sleep outside with them. The whole thing is absurd. Mrs. Lila teaches English, not science. While my son is at school, my husband checks the tent while I search his bedroom, both of us trying to figure out what's really going on with our kid. My husband texts me from the backyard, found a knife under his pillow that isn't ours and empty food wrappers from brands we never buy. Funyuns, Mountain Dew Code Red, some beef jerky brand called Big Bills. But when I walk into his room, my stomach drops. His bed has clearly been slept in, the sheets rumpled and pulled back, his pillow dented with the shape of someone's head. Then I see it, a long dark hair on his NASA pillowcase. Definitely not my son's sandy blonde, definitely not mine or my husband's either. The window is unlocked, screen slightly bent at the corner like someone's been prying it open repeatedly. On his desk, carved deep into the wood, are the words, "Thanks for the room, kid." I feel sick about it, but I install a hidden camera in his room, one of those tiny ones that looks like a phone charger. I keep telling myself I'll take it down the second my son comes back inside. My husband and I left for a business trip for a week and left our son with my mom. It wasn't until a week later we got the footage. For 3 nights, nothing happens, and I start thinking maybe the cleaning lady has been in there, maybe I'm being paranoid. Then on night 4, at 11 p.m., a man with a scraggly beard, wearing my son's Pokemon hoodie, climbs through the window and collapses into my baby's bed like he owns the place. He immediately strips down to his underwear. Then I realize that's my husband's underwear this stranger is wearing. They're the joke boxers I bought him for Christmas with my face on them. The man uses my son's iPad to scroll through something, and when we zoom in, we realize he's on Facebook Marketplace, selling our things. He had my grandmother's jewelry box listed for $50, and my husband's golf clubs for $200. Day 5, he walks to my son's bathroom, and we watch in disgust as he uses my son's dinosaur toothbrush. Then he spends 20 minutes trying on my husband's clothes from our bedroom closet, strutting back and forth in front of my son's mirror like he's on a runway. The next 5 nights of footage get progressively worse. He's clipping his toenails onto my son's carpet, even using my expensive face cream from the master bathroom. This stranger has been living in my son's room for a month, 8 feet from where we sleep, treating our house like his personal Airbnb, while my baby camps outside in fear. When we confront our son with the footage, he breaks down sobbing so hard he can barely breathe. The man said he needed somewhere to stay, and you always tell me to be kind to people who have less than us, so I said okay, but he's scary and smells weird and makes strange noises at night, so I stayed in the tent because I didn't want to sleep in the same room as him. My husband has to leave the room because he's so angry he's afraid he'll punch a wall. The police arrest the man that night. Turns out he has warrants in 3 states and a history of targeting families with young children.